September is Disaster Preparedness Month, so it's fitting the Disasters Expo USA is happening this week at the LA Convention Center. Industry experts from across the country will join together to share ideas to better prepare, respond, and recover from everything from earthquakes to wildfires and severe weather.
And joining us for a closer look is Neal Spungen from Dryad Networks. It's a company that focuses on wildfire detection. Neal, first off, thank you for being with us. Tell us about the expo, why it's so important.
Oh, good morning. Thanks for having me here. So wildfires are just one element of disasters in California and other places around the country. So we've got earthquakes and tornadoes and everything else. So the Disaster Expo brings together all of the experts, all of the subject matter folks that are really leading the conversation about how to best address all of these problems. So it's really a collaboration event.
Now, with so many experts under one roof, I mean, everyone from National Weather Service to fire agencies to companies that produce products. I mean, is there a lot of collaboration? Are you like meeting with different agencies and coming up with ideas and talking about new ideas that you have?
Yes, definitely. So we're interacting with all the agencies that are out there in California and other states as well, and just talking about how we can work together to resolve some of these problems around disasters.
Now, here in California, we're about to hit Santa Ana season, and boy, oh my gosh, that's just something to contend with. What is the outlook when it comes to wildfires here in California?
Well, so far this year in California, 800,000 acres have burned and 5 million acres across the country. And what used to be a fire season that was a few months long is now a fire year.
All right.
So as temperatures have increased and vegetation has dried out, it's just served to extend the fire season. So, you know, I think the important thing here is to look at how to best avoid wildfires, track them when they happen, and get to them quickly to extinguish them.
And speaking of, Dryad Networks, your company,
yes,
right?
Yes.
You guys have products like even using AI to detect wildfires?
Yes. So we have an AI-trained sensor. This is it right here. So this is a unique device. It actually sits in the forest. It's attached to a tree using a wooden nail. It's not to impact the health of the tree. And what it does is it sits out there and it collects information from the forest. It's looking for a specific gas signature that is associated with a smoldering fire. So what's different about what we do at Dryad Networks is that we are catching a fire at the earliest stage. So when that fire starts to smolder, there's an opportunity to identify it before it turns into a much broader fire. And that's what we do. Our sensors are spread out throughout the forested area, and they are connected using a couple different devices that we have here.
Oh, wow.
So this is one of them. This is one of the gateways. This one right here is actually
pretty big.
It is big. It is big. It's bigger than me.
Why is it so big? What is it doing?
So this is what we call the mesh gateway. And what this does is allows us to create a network in the forest. So we're creating a network connecting all these sensors together. And this device, which is solar powered, you can see the panel here, is then taking that information and sending it through this device, which is called a border gateway. And the border gateway then sends this information via satellite or a cellular connection up through the cloud. Now, from there, that information goes into first responder systems. So that as soon as an alert hits the sensor in the forest, it almost immediately is going to go to the first responder. Now, what's different about our technology at Dryad Networks is that because this sensor is hung from a tree, it also provides what's called a geolocation, so that when that alert goes to the first responder network, they know precisely where the fire is.
Kind of like on the map right here that we're showing behind you, right?
Yeah,
it'll pop up.
So this map actually is a site that we have in Lebanon, and this is from December of last year. So you can see that all of the green icons here indicate where all of the sensors are, and some of the other ones that have numbers on are where the gateways are. But most importantly, right here, this red one is the alert that came in because a farmer was starting to burn grapevines illegally.
Oh.
It picked up within 30 minutes the fire on the sensor and sent it through the system. They were able to get to it before anything happened, and there was no spread.
Wow,
so
that's
yeah,
incredible.
It's impressive, high-tech stuff.
Yeah, so we have about 10,000 sensors that are deployed in 25 countries around the world, with many more being installed.
Awesome.
Interesting, fascinating. Neal Spungen, thank you so much for joining us. We
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it
us.
and appreciate the work that you're doing.
Yes, thank you so much.
And the expo is starting tomorrow and into Thursday, right?
Yes, and yes.
Friday, I mean.
Yes, we are at booth 1036. Please come and see us if you want to see more about this technology.
Awesome,
Okay,
Neal.
Neal, thank you.
Thank you.